One of the most beloved characters in the Dragon Age franchise has to be the sullen, cool-as-hell Qunari, Sten. He was introduced in Dragon Age Origins, and despite not making an appearance in any of the subsequent games, his story has been developed in Dragon Age comic books and other media for literal decades. And he is in Dragon Age the Veilguard, sort of.
There was a child, a fat, slovenly thing, in the last village we passed. I relieved him of these confections. He didn't need more.
We all know his role in Dragon Age Origins. You find him, he's the first Qunari you see, and he is arguably one of the best companions you can get in the game. In Dragon Age 2, the Qunari are now major antagonists. Specifically, another very cool character, the Arishok, is one of the act end bosses. He also gives you one of the coolest moments in the entire Dragon Age series, when the Arishok tells the world that only you are Basiliton, worthy of respect. Easily one of the coolest things you can do in Dragon Age. So in the game, you can either kill him or eventually he gets removed from that position of Arishok. In supplementary comic books, it's Sten, the no-horns Qunari from the first game, that becomes the new Arishok, a fact that is even mentioned in Dragon Age Inquisition.
You know, I met the Arishok.
Oh, the old one? Man, he had an impressive rack. The new Arishok doesn't have horns at all. Usually means they're destined for something special.
I met him too. The only thing they seem to have in common is a tendency to burn things.
That pretty much sums up the Antam, yes.
So a decade after this, Qunari soldiers known as the Antam are attacking many cities in Veilguard, even taking over territory. The Arishok is the leader of the Antam, so why isn't Sten in the game? According to two different codex entries, we know why. Basically, after the events of Inquisition's Trespasser DLC, the unsanctioned attack on the Inquisition, known as Dragon's Breath, was popular within the Qunari, even if it wasn't approved. The Antam thought that the reason that this attempt to get rid of the Inquisition failed was because they didn't go far enough, and that subsequently the entire region deserved to be conquered. But there was one person in the Antam that disagreed. Here's a direct quote from the Codex. When their Arishok, who fought Darkspawn in Ferelden during the Fifth Blight, argued against this demand, his own Kinshuk declared him corrupt. They ambushed the Arishok at the War Council, leaving him badly injured. After which time the Antam began their full-scale invasion with attacks on the north without Sten and without the approval of the Qunari. As for Sten's ultimate fate, another codex entry reveals that healers within the Antam, still loyal to the Qunari, healed his wounds, and now he works within the spy apparatus of the Khun, known as the Ben Hasra. You may remember that because Iron Bull for Inquisition was also a member of the Ben Hasrath. So even 20 years later, he is still alive, he's still a part of the story, and of course he is still part of the Qunari. If you do complete Tasha's side quests supporting the Qunari, communication lines have opened up between the Veilguard and the Ben Hasrath, and there is now the slimmest of slim chances that we might see our favorite party member once again.